Oh my God, what if I start crying? What are they gonna do?
He said?
It's Netflix, they gonna keep rolling. I have always just loved who I loved when I loved them. And it just so happened that I love boys until I didn't. I'm Niecy Nash, although I would prefer to be called Niecy Nash Betts.
And I am Jessica Betts.
We're newlyweds.
We are.
That's why we smiling so big. Even people that we know did not find out until we posted a wedding picture. And it went around the world 3 times. We broke the internet, didn't we, baby?
Yeah, we did. We met through the power of social media. Her reaction or her response to my message came later, months later. But that's how we officially
so you trying to let the people say that I left you on red.
She left me on red for a few months.
Okay, listen. I saw her when I was on the East Coast. She was getting ready to go out with somebody else. And you know what I did? Know what I said? Did you eat yet? And I went on and I had to go on and make that baby some food. And when I came out to New York, we would go to the theater or parties or
dinner.
Yeah, we just hung out, totally friends. She was in a relationship, I was in a relationship. And that's where it lived for about 4.5 years. Let me just tell you a little bit about my journey. And that is that I have always been 100% who I am. And I've always been a person who wanted to love out loud. And it didn't matter who I was with. It's like, here it is on display, and nobody cared about none of the boys I was married to. And then I married her and everybody was like, tell me more.
I had such a rebellious, way of going about it because of how I was raised and who I was raised by. Wonderful people, but they were very religious. So my courage came earlier with, just kind of coming into who I am and stuff like that. And I've always loved music, and that's kind of how we met. Music was sort of like, how I was able to kind of relate to a lot of different artists. And so that's, kind of how our worlds collided.
So cute.
Black love is powerful. It requires a lot of courage and strength. And it doesn't matter about your sexuality. I think it just requires depth, loyalty, respect.
I think it is so beautiful to love with someone who understands your pain, your struggles. They don't have to try to imagine it. They don't they don't have to get close to it because they get up in that skin every day and live it. So there's something beautiful about coming together with someone who completely has your same experience.
Her love language is words of affirmation.
And your love language is quality time.
Quality time.
And acts of service.
And acts of service, that is.
We are super, super big fans of therapy, individual and couple, because we discovered in our journey that we're not perfect.
Yeah, we're not perfect, And also, too, I feel like this relationship probably wouldn't be as strong as it is if we wasn't loving ourselves first.
When Jessica and I first started trying to explore what this relationship was going to be after this beautiful friendship we had, I will tell you that for me, it was not a secret, but it was private. We protected it until we could fully figure out what it was. When someone sees you and you know that they only have your best interest at heart, the things that they tell you, sometimes they can show you yourself in a way that you're like, wait, I didn't even...
The key to finding the one is to be open. It says so much more about the person when you get to know them for who they are inside.
Sometimes you're in a space and a place where it's all about your preference. And then as you maturate, you understand it's about my priorities.
I was in that place where, I was just very vulnerable and looking for love, and I was ready for it. And so now that I'm in love, it has definitely inspired my music. I'm making, love making songs. It's kind of crazy. It's really weird.
You're welcome.
I've lost my heart in many people before, just as I thought.
I want to make love all around the world. I need some stamps in these passports. You know what I mean? Break my back over here, break my back
baby.
over there. So that's the plan. Traveling.
Edit that out.
The love is the thing that we were created for, but it's the space that we struggle with the most. And if you find it and you have it, protect it, and also know that even in the worst case scenario, if the wheels fall off of it, you can always get it again. You know what I mean? We talk a lot about people having broken hearts, but it is the one thing that is broken that can be mended by the same thing that broke it.
Love.